up, beautiful people? It is time to plan 2023 on my jumbo calendar, so let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, where did I get the calendar? I got it from Walmart. I got it because I have all the digital stuff. I have I got my top 3 notebook, right? I have so many tools to organize, but I felt like I was still missing something. I was still missing the ability to see my entire year, even my entire quarter in one space. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I just got to write things down. I love, you know, Notion and Asana and all of the task management systems and apps and all the things, but child, sometimes your girl just needs to write it down. So I got this jumbo calendar and we are about to put it into use. So the first thing I need to do is actually clear out Q4. I got this calendar in October, so I only filled in October through December and Q4 on this part. But basically you write the months in. It also has Q1 through 4 marked on the bottom, so you know how to mark the calendar. And then it has these notes, and then I don't know if you guys can see it, but very faintly it says Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 for some notes. I'll probably use that for goals or like high level things that I want to focus on during each quarter. But for now, I have all the months written in. I just got to fill in all of these are dates for this year. I just need to change this column. I went ahead and filled it in when I first got it, and I put the Q1 through 3 for 2023, and I only did 2022 in Q4. So let's go ahead and erase everything that's on here, redate it, and then start filling it in. Got all my dates in. Now it's time to actually fill in the calendar. Okay, so the biggest thing when it comes to having a calendar this big, because it can get a little bit overwhelming. I know for me, I'm like, okay, now I have this, what am I supposed to put on it? So here are the things that I'm gonna be filling the calendar with. And also, you don't want the calendar to be too full in the beginning, because we got a whole year, right? So as the year goes on, I'm going to be adding things. I probably have some different launches, some more meetings or things that I want to document, more trips that need to go on here. So I'm going to go over the main 4 things that I'm going to be putting on this calendar. Number 1 is content, specifically YouTube content. Because YouTube is my main platform, I want to be able to see what's going out, especially because I'm putting launches and high level things on this calendar. I did not use it in that way last year, and I'm glad that I got a little taste with Q4 of having this, because I know for a fact that using this for content is going to be such a game changer for me personally. So I'm going to be putting just YouTube. So I'm not going to be putting Instagram, TikToks, all of that stuff, but just like the main YouTube videos that are going out, having those already prepped on the calendar is going to be really helpful. Second thing I'm going to be putting on the calendar is high level meetings. So this won't be all of my meetings. These won't be like one-on-ones that I do on a regular basis, but these will be big ones like quarterly planning meetings, quarterly finance meetings, things that are standing every quarter that I need to make sure those days stay clear. Those are going to be going on the big calendar. Number 3 is launches or any type of webinar, high level like marketing promo that we need to be aware of is coming up. So with Creator College, if we decide to close enrollment, as of right now it's open indefinitely, but if we did decide to close it, I would put enrollment closes, enrollment reopens, webinar, live webinars on this date. I want to start doing quarterly live webinars just to like help my community and teach them. So those types of high level things are also going to go on the calendar. And then lastly, travel and off days. So I want to be able to clearly look, and those are getting marked with this red marker. Anytime I'm out of town, whether that's for leisure or for work, I'm going to mark that on the calendar as well. And holidays, that's a big one too. And then if I have room, well, I will have room, so I'm going to do something special for any video content that is sponsored, where I have sponsored due days. That is going to probably get circled in a specific color, or that content will get written, like that video title will get written in a different color, so that I can know what is sponsored. Now again, all of this, I also have it digitally, but just to be able to glance over there and look at that calendar and see it all mapped out is going to be so helpful. So let's get to filling it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like once I'm about done. Okay, so since it's only January, I am mainly going to be putting my January content on here because I haven't planned February or March content yet. I don't like to plan my content too far in advance, just because I feel like planning it like months out, it can get dated really easily, especially with the industry I'm in. So that said, I'm gonna put all the January videos in, and then February and March might look a little bare from the content point of view, but it will get filled up very quickly, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on how the calendar looks as the year goes on. In the meantime, I have all of my videos for January planned out in my iPad, so I'm just gonna reference this while and add them onto here. So okay, a couple of, wow, I literally dropped it like it's hot and my knees hurt. A couple of recommendations if you are considering getting this calendar or like recreating the concept, because I know the calendar is a bit pricey. You can easily go get a slab of acrylic and recreate this. I'm just not a DIYer, y'all. So the markers are really important. So I have ultra fine tip wet erase for all the numbers that are going in the little number corners, and then I have a fine tip wet dry erase to write all of this stuff in. I like to use both because if I need to change something, quickly erase something, if I switch a video idea, I don't want to have to like wet it and then scribble it out, like, you know, erase it. I want to just be able to kind of like even erase it with my finger with the dry erase. Now with the wet erase, these ones I tried using, like I got a multicolor pack of the wet erase, and that's what I had on here before, but over time I literally could not see what I had written. Like I tried to use orange and red and blue and green, I couldn't see any of them but the black one. So the wet erase doesn't work really well with showing up on here, and I like the thicker dry erase. Now what I will say, because the dry erase is pretty thick, even though it's fine, and the boxes are so small, it does get a little bit challenging to write like really neat or fancy, and I had to shorthand a lot of the YouTube video titles, which I'm fine with. Like I know what it means and I can read it, so as long as it's legible for me, I don't really care how cute it looks. It's more for functionality. I don't really think the calendar is like for cute purposes. So that is another tip, combining, you know, using the dry erase marker for the stuff you're writing and the wet erase marker for the dates. Now one thing, because you can't fit a lot in each box, so say I have two different things that I want to do on the same day. So like this is the content, and this is primarily like the focal point of this is for content. Because I'm putting the video here, but I also have a high level meeting, I went ahead and created a little key. So this blue dot means quarterly planning meeting, and it's for 2 hours. So I just put a little dot there, and I put them for all of the quarterly planning meetings that I want to have, which are all typically the last week of each previous quarter for the next quarter, if that makes sense. So this is Q2 planning, this is Q3 planning, Q4 planning, and then I should add a Q1 planning here. But I'm finding that using this space like this space that all the months have is a great place to put a key, or, you know, put little additional notes or something there to kind of help with the spacing. I could even put like a green line right here and say equals sponsored video or something like that, just so that I know. Obviously, if you just remember, then you don't have to add the key, but I think it's pretty helpful. This is how it's looking so far. So the last thing I need to fill out is this notes section that they have for each quarter. I'm gonna put like 3 top goals or habits that I want to focus on in each quarter. But I'm just gonna do Q1. So every quarter I'm gonna come back and I'm going to do basically what I just did, make sure my dates are still right, and then write in my Q2 main goals. Okay, I think I'm done for now. Like I said, this is a rolling calendar, so I'm constantly going to be adding things to it. So I'm not so worried about not having a lot of stuff on it right now. Also, if you do this, please do not worry about making this look cute. My handwriting is whatever, like it's not going to be pretty all the time. And the more stuff you have on it, obviously, the more messy it can get. So I'm trying to keep it pretty simple. So I have all the months labeled, obviously all the dates are set, so I don't have to worry about doing that anymore. And then we'll start with the content. So I only have my January content in, and then anything that has a green around it means it's sponsored. I meant to add that into the key. I also am not planning to, you know, plan out my whole quarter's worth of content at one time. I'm just going to take that month by month. Another thing I put on here, I added this blue dot for all of our quarterly planning sessions, which are going to happen on the last Thursday of every month. And then I used this as a key. These empty boxes are going to be used as keys for me. Another thing, obviously, all the red means out of office, okay? So I have a wedding. We've got lots of trips planned already. So I marked all of those off that are currently planned. And any holidays as well. I didn't put those on here, but that's something that I need to go in and add. And then last but not least, well, actually not last, I added 3 main goals for the year or for the quarter in the Q1 section. So I need to host a live webinar. I'm going to upload 3 times a week on YouTube, and then I need to finish a pitch deck that I'm working on. And obviously with each quarter, I'm going to add 3 more new goals for those. And then lastly, I put a scripture up here that I feel like my word is rooted in. Ephesians 3:20. It says, "Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us." So I put that up here, and my word of the year, which is exceed, just to remind me that every single day, every single thing that I put on this calendar is with the intention of exceeding and obviously keeping God first, and just knowing that, you know, this is all that he wants for me as well. So I'm super excited for this year. I will leave the calendar and the markers that I use linked down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. We're going to actually plan Q1 and do a 12-week year. So we're going to do that next on Tuesday. Expect 3 videos a week. You see it here. So I got to do it. All right, you guys. I love you. Bye for now.